You know why I switched from the Democratic Party? The self-righteousness, the attack on free speech, the move towards communism and Marxism, and trying, like the right used to do, to tell you exactly what you must think and say. The leftists have become a cult, and this cult is now politically prosecuting an ex-president in the effort to keep him from attaining power once again, and using the same weapons that they are currently using against him and coming down with hellfire and brimstone upon those who are committing today's evil. I'm disgusted with what's going on in America and that so many people seem to be okay with it or even cheering it. Everybody knows that this is a political prosecution. You don't have to defend Trump's actions after the election. You can point out the fact that the Democrats, Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, denied the election victories of their Republican opponents, including Donald Trump, for long periods of time, and likely still do. You can call it a double standard. But what's going on right now is that they are arresting lawyers of Donald Trump. They are putting the fear in anybody that if you defend Trump, if you defend the Constitution of the United States, that you too will be prosecuted, and we will come down upon you with great vengeance and furious anger, because that's all that they have. This is what they have. They don't have truth. They lie about everything. Do you think that Biden is innocent in his dealings with Ukraine? Do you not think that his son has something to do with what Biden might have done with the Ukrainian prosecutor?
So they said they were walking out at the press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired.
They tried to impeach Trump for asking Zelensky to help compare notes about what Biden might have done. And now they're going after Trump. This is going to be the most seen mugshot in history. And I personally will never vote for Democrats ever again, because this is a farce. This is bullshit. All this is meant to do, they don't care if they're right. They are trying to achieve victory and destroying everything in their path. It is a scorched earth policy regarding the Constitution, regarding the rule of law, arresting lawyers for merely providing legal advice. The advice doesn't have to be good. It doesn't even have to be accurate, but you don't arrest the lawyers. The attorney-client privilege is being turned upside down. They're going after James O'Keefe. They're going after all of their political foes, and in doing so, destroying the American judicial system. But the only thing that they care about is winning and attaining power so that they can tell you what you must think, that you must worship them, that you must put on a mask when COVID comes around, even though it doesn't work, and mandate a vaccine that has been proven to be inefficacious and harmful, especially to young people. This is the Democrat of today. And Donald Trump is the politically prosecuted individual, ex-president, who I'm going to vote for come hell or high water. But they don't care about me. I was probably going to vote for him anyway, even though I prefer both Vivek and Ron DeSantis. But what they're trying to do is trying to hurl all the mud that they can at him, and they know that the convictions that they are going to get from a partisan jury who does not judge based on the law, but based on the cult-like ideology that is stamped into their brain, that they, by the very nature of being part of the cult, must adhere to. Do you not think that they're going to convict him in Washington, D.C., and by the time that it makes it up to the Supreme Court and they overturn it, they'll have attained the power that they desire. They'll have dealt their political foes the dish that they want them to eat. And eventually, this is going to turn in on itself, because this is not the America that I grew up in. This is not the place where you could talk to people of differing political opinions. And as somebody who used to be on the left, my friends on the right were far more gracious to me. And eventually I came around to seeing their point of view, and everything that is on the left-hand side of the aisle that I completely disagree with. And this political witch hunt is just that. Some people said that Donald Trump should have just not posted bond and made them keep him in prison. And don't you think that somebody on the Democratic side would have instantly posted it just to spring him from jail? I think that would be the case. I think that would have been the move to go to, as Dan Bongino pointed out. I hope that you guys can tell me what you think of this circus, this high wire act that they are performing while carrying the glass vessel of the Constitution, because they are going to crash, and they have already crashed what I believe is the greatest country in the world. And I think that they are attempting to, because the only thing that they care about is power, not honesty, not decency. And that's why every single American out there should stand up against them with everything that you have in your heart. And I'm also want to say that the time to play nice is gone, to take the moral high ground. I don't believe that we have that luxury anymore, because you can take the moral high ground and say, I'm not going to prevent these hoodlums from entering into our street as they burn each house down as they go, drawing ever closer to yours. There is a time to act, and that act is coming very soon. You have to push back. Republican prosecutors should be prosecuting these people for malicious prosecution, for the liars that they are, and the media should be exposing them, but they aren't, because they are completely bought and paid for and on their side. Tell me that this is good for America. Make the case in the comment section, because frankly, I am greatly saddened by these outcomes.